చాప్టర్ ఫాస్ట్‌గా క్లోజ్ చేసేద్దాం. ఓకేనా. నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్ వచ్చేసరికి కరోజన్. హ్మ్. హ్మ్. టే టాపిక్ వచ్చేసరికి కరోజన్. నెక్స్ట్ చాప్టర్. సో కరోజన్ అంటే యూ పీపుల్ ఆల్రెడీ నో దట్ ఈస్ లైక్ బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వాట్ వీ కెన్ సే. What is mean by corrosion, and the best example what we can say for corrosion, rusting of iron is an example of best example. Rusting of iron is an example of corrosion. So that means when we are keeping that iron with moisture for longer time, okay, we are going to get corrosion. We are going to get. Okay. So basically that means what we can say. So iron when you are keeping with moisture, so atmospheric moisture it will be there, no. So with moisture if you are keeping for long run, no, it will form rust. Okay. That rust only chemically rusted form of iron is. And the rust is what? Hydrated ferric oxide. Hydrated, it is hydrated ferric oxide. So that formula is Fe2O3 dot XH2O. So this is rust basic formula. Okay. This is one common best example which we are going to say. And other examples what we can say, other examples, tanning of silver, tanning of silver. And what one more thing what we can say, next development of green coating with development of green coating on copper, benzene. These are the other examples of corrosion. Okay. Generally, what is going to happen? Simple. What we are going to do is, what is the theory and how factors which are promoting corrosion, how to we are going to prevent the corrosion. These points only we are going to discuss, nothing else. Okay, na? It will take 2 classes to complete this topic. Let me take. So, what is the theory of corrosion? Okay. So, what is the theory of corrosion? That means how iron is going to get rust. Theory of corrosion. So, in theory of corrosion, what we are going to discuss is first, it can be explained on the basis of 4 5 steps. First, what will happen? We will see that one. See, now we know in atmosphere we are having carbon and oxygen. It will be there. Okay. So, if I'm taking now, what we can say? Let me take this is the metal. In this metal, what? So, which is surrounded by atmosphere. Okay, so this is what we can say: atmosphere, iron metal, which is surrounded by what we can say atmosphere. In this atmosphere, what we are having CO2 and O2 and H2O, right? That means what we can say the metal which is covered with that means what we can say this is surface of metal, no? Okay, in this surface of metal, simple form what we can write the surface of metal, the surface of metal is covered with solution of CO2 and water. And we know CO2 and H2O together we will get H2CO3, which is an acid. Okay. Now this carbonic acid is there, no, which is going to act as an electrolyte. So this is what we can say. It is electrolyte for us. Now this electrolyte, how it will dissociate actually basically this H2CO3, which is a weak electrolyte, which will dissociate into small extent like this. And we are having water also, no? So water also it will dissociate like this. That means what I'm trying to say is on the metal we are going to cover with carbonic acid. That carbonic acid and water, how it is going to dissociate it, that we have written. Now second step what will happen? Iron which is in contact with the CO2 and O2 undergoes oxidation. So how it will take place is this iron solid, which is by oxidation what we are going to get. So we are going to get. So this reaction. So where in the iron surface where this type of reactions will appear, no, the places, for example, let me take this is the iron. So these are the places where iron is getting oxidized. Okay. That means what we can say these sites of iron mm, where the reaction is taking place is called R is act as a anodic sites is called is anodic sites. Okay. Now we came to know anode and oxidation will takes place. So so this is oxidation. Now what is how redox is going to take place here? Now iron lost electrons. No. Now what will happen? The electrons lost by iron, lost by iron. is used up by H plus ions and oxygen oxygen to form OH minus ions. That means how we can say O2, that H plus ions of water and electrons which are removed from this one, we are going to get 4 OH minus ions. And this reaction is there, no? This reaction takes place at cathodic sites. Cathodic sites it is going to get takes place. Now, this is anodic cathodic reaction. Let me take equation number 2, and this is anodic reaction takes place 1. Now, by adding this reaction, because it is reduction reaction, no, by adding equation number 1 and 2, equation number 1 and 2, what we can take, we will get this reaction. Okay. Now, the iron plus 2 form, last step, the iron plus 2 form, okay, the iron plus 2 formed uh, by dissolving in oxygen, by dissolving in oxygen forms ferric oxide, that is this iron plus 2 Fe2O3. Okay, this iron O3, this ferric oxide by hydration, but no, by reaction with water forms rust. Forms rust, that is Fe2O3 gives rise to X2. Okay. Mm. This is about the corrosion. Next, what are the factors which promotes the corrosion and what are the factors how we can prevent the corrosion? Okay. Factors which promotes the corrosion. Corrosion. Okay. Generally, what are the factors we can say? First one, presence of impurities. Presence of impurities. So, in presence of impurities, what we can say? Uh, Presence of impurities in the metal. Presence of impurities in the metal, in the metal enhances the corrosion. Pure metals do not corrode. అంటే ప్యూర్ మెటల్స్ అనేవి corrosions లో ఇన్వాల్వ్ అవ్వవు, కానీ ఇంప్యూర్ మెటల్స్ అనేవి corrosions అవుతాయి. సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్, నెక్స్ట్ presence of moisture and air. Presence of moisture and air. Generally, what we can say, presence of gases like SA2 and CO2, which are there in air, catalyzes the process of corrosion. Next one, presence of electrolytes. If electrolytes are present, the corrosion rate increases. For example, iron rusts fastly. అంటే సెలైన్ సాల్ట్ వాటర్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, సాల్ట్ వాటర్లో ఐరన్ అనేది ఫాస్ట్గా రస్ట్ అవుతుంది యాజ్ కంపేర్ టు ప్యూర్ వాటర్. అంటే యాజ్ కంపేర్ టు ప్యూర్ వాటర్. As compared to pure water, we can say. Next one, next strains in the metal. Corrosion of metal takes place at metal takes place fastly at cuts, bends, and scratches of metal. అంటే మెటల్లో ఎక్కడ మనకు బెండ్స్ కానీ స్క్రాచెస్ కానీ ఉన్నాయంటే వీ కెన్ సే అది మనకి ఈజీగా కొరోజన్ ఫాస్ట్గా ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. So these are the factors and how we can prevent the corrosion. Okay, how we can prevent the corrosion. So prevent methods of corrosion. Bas. Prevention methods. Methods of corrosion. What are the prevention methods of corrosion? First one, what we can say, the first method is barrier protection. Barrier protection. So barrier protection means in this one, what we are going to do, simply the metal will not try to, the metal is not allowed to come contact with air or moisture. So that means just we are going to protect the metal from to come into the air. That means what? This one, in this, the metal surface, the metal surface is not allowed to allowed to not allowed to come in contact with moisture, come in contact with moisture and air. Moisture and air. So this can be achieved by, how we can achieve this? The metals, the metal surface is coated with paints. So by doing this, what we can say? So paints కానీ లేదంటే next point what we can say, the metal surface is on the metal surface by applying on the metal surface by applying um, oils or greases. Okay, so this barrier protection can be done. Otherwise, what we can say, next, by covering the metal surface with active metals. For example, iron covered with zinc, and this process only we are saying that galvanization. Okay, we are saying that galvanization we can say. Okay, that means what we can say, by doing this, what we can say, first one, okay, by doing this process, the metals which are going to add there first will get oxidized. The metals which are covered or not, they will get oxidized and they will prevent the further oxidation of metal. So if I'm taking iron, when you kept on zinc metal, no, for example, this is iron rod. On this iron rod, you kept zinc metal. Let me take like this. Okay, this is zinc metal. So when you are oxidizing, that means when you're keeping in air, no, so the zinc will get first oxidized, and this is going to protect, or it is going to act as a shield for the iron rod. This process only we are saying that galvanization. Our last one, what we can say, the surface or iron surface covered with some chemicals. Chemicals are phosphate. So that what we can say, this will also prevent further oxidation by making this as a thin film it is going to get. Okay. Already this process one I said no. This process one we are saying that sacrificial protection we can say. Next one we can say sacrificial protection. Sacrificial protection. So sacrificial protection means just now I said no. So by covering the metal surfaces with active metals. Okay. Otherwise, what we can say, by using anti-rust solutions. Anti-rust solutions. Anti-rust solutions means what we can say. Okay. Uh, like phosphate solutions or solutions like NaOH or anything, no? So they will cover the metal surface. Okay. So this is what we can say about the corrosion and preventive methods of corrosion. So from here we have completed the topic of corrosion also. మనకి దాని తర్వాత ఉండే ఫస్ట్ టాపిక్ ఏంటంటే అమ్మా, సో ఎన్వైర్న్మెంట్ కెమిస్ట్రీ. ఓకే, ది లాస్ట్ టాపిక్ ఇస్ కెమిస్ట్రీ. ఓకే, సో ఈ టాపిక్ చెప్తే మనకి సిలబస్ అయిపోద్ది. ఎన్వైర్న్మెంట్ కెమిస్ట్రీ ఈజీ టాపిక్ ఓన్లీ. ఓకే, సో ఈ ఎన్వైర్న్మెంట్ కెమిస్ట్రీలో మనం ఏమేమి డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, వాట్ ఆర్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డిస్కస్ ఇన్ దిస్ టాపిక్. ఓకే, దీంట్లో ఎన్వైర్న్మెంట్ కెమిస్ట్రీలో ఫస్ట్ మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకునేది ఏంటంటే, సో వాట్ ఈస్ పొల్యూషన్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ పొల్యూషన్, ఓకే, అండ్ దే వాట్ ఆర్ దట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ పొల్యూషన్స్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యావ్, అవన్నీ కూడా మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తుంది దీంట్లో. ఓకేనా. సో దీంట్లో మెయిన్గా మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే పొల్యూషన్ అండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ది టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ పొల్యూషన్స్, దాని గురించి మనం డిస్కస్ చేయాలన్న. వన్ సెకండ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. ఒకసారి సిలబస్ చూస్తున్నా ఏమో ఉన్నాయి అనుకుని ఏ పొల్యూషన్స్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేయాలని ఒకసారి చూస్తాను. సో ఫస్ట్ దీంట్లో మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, సో వాట్ ఈస్ పొల్యూషన్స్? సో పొల్యూషన్స్ మీన్స్ వాట్ వీ కెన్ సే. So in that one, first we are going to discuss about three types of pollutions we are going to discuss. Atmospheric pollution, that is only air pollution. Air pollution, soil pollution, and water pollution. So pollutant means what we can say simply. Pollutant, what we can say basically, uh, we can simply what we can say pollutant. Pollutant means the substance which causes pollution. Pollution. Okay, which causes పొల్యూషన్. సో ఏ సబ్స్టెన్స్ అయితే మనకి పొల్యూషన్ కాజ్ చేస్తుంది దాన్ని మనం పొల్యూషన్ అంటాం జనరల్గా. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసరికి ఈ పొల్యూషన్స్లో కూడా మనకి మెయిన్లీ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ ద ట్రోపోస్ఫెరిక్ పొల్యూషన్. Okay, mainly we are going to discuss about the troposphere. So atmosphere we can define into troposphere, stratosphere. No, so mainly we are living in troposphere. So we are going to discuss about the tropospheric pollutions. Like so under this troposphere pollution means tropospheric pollution. Okay. In tropospheric pollution, there are two types of pollutants are present. That is what we can say gaseous pollutants, and particulate pollutants. Okay, gaseous pollutants and particulate pollutants. Okay, gaseous and particulate pollutants are there. So how this we are going to form? First, gaseous pollutants are pollutants what we can say like SO2, oxides of sulfur, sulfur, nitrogen, oxides of nitrogen. Okay, these are oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, ozone, hydrocarbon. These are gaseous pollutants. Next one, particulate pollutants. దీంట్లో వచ్చేసరికి ఏమొస్తుందంటే డస్ట్, మిస్ట్, fumes, smoke. These all comes under particulate pollutants. Okay. Okay, now in this one, what are the main Okay. So main adverse effects of these gaseous pollutants, what are the uh, things we are going to get and how we are going to get? For example, in gaseous pollutants, what we can say, oxides of sulfur, oxides of sulfur, that is oxides of sulfur, SO2, causes irritation, irritation in eyes, irritation in eyes. Next, uh, s- redness and high concentration of SO2, SO2 leads to stiffness of flowering buds. Flowering buds. Okay. That means buds ఉంటాయి కదా, buds అనేవి రిలీజ్ అయిపోతున్నాయి. Next one. So oxides of nitrogen. Nitrogen. So these are mainly NO2 and NO3 minus. So these are going to cause uh, uh, the red haze in traffic. It causes a red haze in traffic, and in congested places. Congested places. Okay. Next one. And high concentration of NO2 retard the photosynthesis. Retard the photosynthesis. Okay. So these are the points we can say. And you people know hydrocarbons means what we can say generally. Uh, so hydrocarbons causes aging in plants, aging in plants, breakdown of tissues, down of tissues. Okay, it will take place, right? Next, these are cancer producing agents, which is also called as a carcinogenic. And now if I'm taking oxides of carbon, so mainly what we can say carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. And you people know, so carbon monoxide, what will happen? Okay, carbon monoxide uh, by inhaling CO, by inhaling CO, what we can say, which stops the flow of O2 in blood. And if I'm taking CO2, CO2, what it will say? CO2 causes global warming, right? Main reason is global warming it will produce. Okay, so this is about the uh, molecule of this. And next one, next what we can say, particulate pollutants. So particulate pollutants means what we can say. Mm. Next one, what we can say, these oxides, of SO2, NO2, NO2 causes acid rains. Like what we can say, SO2 by oxidation it will form as SO3. So this SO3 when you dissolve in water it will form H2SO4. So this is the strongest acid. Similarly, NO2 when you dissolve reaction with water, no, take a moisture it will form HNO3. So these are the main reasons of next one what we can say, uh, uh, next one, the chlorofluorocarbons, chlorofluorocarbons uh, released atmosphere, released in atmosphere. Okay, atmosphere causes depletion and ozone layer. And you people know what is the use of ozone layer. So ozone layer, how we will get? So ozone layer, which is going to protect from the harmful UV rays from the which are coming from the sun. Okay, so if ozone layer is getting depleted, no, if it is depletion, so then this UV rays which is directly falling onto the skin, okay, and skin which causes skin cancer, and if it is falling on the uh, flowers, no, so the flower plants and everything leaves are going to get removed. Okay, so these are the uh, major air pollution and the reason. Okay, and what are the air pollution and the causes if I'm taking, no, so what we can say, if I'm taking what are the chlorofluorocarbons and how it can react, we can say that simply. So how we can say that one, see, generally O2 when you are taking in samples, no, it will form as nascent oxygens, oxygen atoms it will convert. So these oxygen atoms when you react with O2 it will form O3 gas. Actually this is O3, and how it is going to deflect. Generally chlorofluorocarbon if I'm taking CF2Cl2 in presence of UV light, what we can convert, it will convert into chlorine radical and CF2Cl radical. This chlorine radical which reacts with O3 molecule to form chloride radical and O2. These chloride radicals, these ClO radicals, which is intense react with oxygen to form Cl plus O2. And these chlorine radicals are continuously regenerated and causes breakdown of ozone. Okay, so this is about the stratospheric pollution and their adverse effect, Nana. And now we are going to discuss about the water pollution. We need to discuss and what are the components we are having, and soil pollution and the what are the parameters we are going to observe. Okay, okay, students. Bye then. One more class we need to complete our syllabus.